What's up, you guys? I'm Dan, this is Frugal Not Cheap, and today we'll talk about why I don't employ an American Express credit card strategy and instead favor the Chase Trifecta. So a little while back, I went through my credit card strategy for 2021 and 2022, which is the Chase Trifecta. If you haven't seen the video, feel free to check it out. I'll put a link in the description below so you can see how I value all of the different rewards and how the cards in the Chase Trifecta work together. But today's video is about the major competitor to the Chase strategy is the American Express strategy. So whereas with Chase you would have the Chase Sapphire Reserve or preferred cards, with American Express you have the American Express Platinum and then some other cards to support that as well. So that's what we're going to look into today and why it is that I prefer the Chase strategy. Now, real quick though, this is for basically a keeper card type strategy. So, if you're chasing sign-up bonuses, then, by all means, you'll make a much better return on spend chasing these sign-up bonuses. But what I'm looking at comparing is what's the value of this as a keeper card, where we continue to hold this card beyond the first year. Now, of course, if you're just doing the sign-up bonuses, I'm seeing an offer on the Amex page for 100,000 American Express points. So that seems pretty attractive right there. But in terms of a keeper card, the American Express Platinum comes with an annual fee of $695. Now, they say that there are credits totaling up to $1,400 in value, and if you value them exactly at that rate, then of course you take advantage of it, right? You'd be making about $700 in expected value. However, that's just not the case for me. So let's take a look at some of the different credits that are involved and why they don't add up to that $1,400 for me. First is an easy one. That's the $300 Equinox gym credit. There's probably an Equinox here in Dallas. I haven't looked, but I love working out in my apartment complex gym. Obviously a lot more convenient to get to. It's very uncrowded around the hours that I tend to go, which is right around 2:15, 2:30 p.m. And so I absolutely have no need. Now, of course, if I had a free membership to Equinox, I'd probably want to take advantage. I bet there are some nice perks, but the $300 a year is not worth that to me at all. In fact, I'd only probably pay 10 cents on the dollar for that membership. So if I could get an annual membership for $30, then I might do it if it was convenient to me. Next, we've got $200 in hotel statement credits per year. And this one I really don't value at all because I just don't really stay in hotels at all. When I travel, I'm generally visiting family, and so there's really no benefit to me for that. Still, we'll give it some value because maybe once in a while I might hit a hotel, so we're going to value these at 25 cents on the dollar, and so that'll be worth $50. Next, we've got a $240 digital entertainment credit. And initially I thought this was going to be good, that I'd be able to at least offset the cost of my annual Netflix subscription. But then I looked deeper into which services are covered under this credit, and I found that it's just Audible, the New York Times, SiriusXM, and Peacock, which is the NBC streaming thing. And that's completely useless to me. I wouldn't pay for any of these things, so I value this at $0. Next, we've got Clear, and this one I'm a little torn on because I've got global entry with the Chase Sapphire Reserve, and it's great, and it's a lot cheaper. Clear is $179 a year, but they do reimburse it fully, and these kinds of things that remove a big nuisance are really nice for me. But still, the global entry thing is probably cheaper. I wouldn't necessarily need to get Clear, so we're going to value this at 50%. And so that's $90. Next, we've got lounge access. And here, the lounge access, well, the American Express lounges generally tend to be quite nice. So that is worth something. And they don't list, of course, how much, the credit here is worth on the site. But comparing it to, say, doing Priority Pass or something like that, I would say, given the amount of travel that I do, it would be worth $100 a year to me. It might be worth more to you if you traveled more often than I do. I tend to just take maybe one or two big trips a year, generally only one. And so it's worth about $100 for me. Ooh, here's the next one's kind of a zinger for the Amex strategy, and that's that they provide an airline fee credit. So unlike with Chase, where you get a $300 travel credit, which is really, really flexible. You can use it for the tickets themselves. You can use it for parking and tolls. You can use it for hotels, all kinds of stuff. The Amex airline fee credit is just for fees. So not for the flight itself, but for additional fees. And I never pay these fees, so it's completely useless for me. $200 zip. No thank you. All right, the next credit is a little bit more useful to me. That's Uber Cash. So I could either use that in order to get to the airport using Uber, or every now and then maybe I might get some takeout, so I'll value that takeout at about 50%. It's not really something I like to do, but every now and then it'd be nice to have. And so in the interest of fairness, of valuing it along with the DoorDash credit that I get from Chase, and the fact that, again, I can use it for Uber itself in order to get to the airport, and I do travel a couple times a year, we'll value this one at 75%, so that's $150. The next one is, again, not a useful one, so you're probably seeing a trend here. I just don't find these credits all that useful. The next one is a Saks Fifth Avenue credit of $100, and I'm not going to shop there. That's just not something that I'm going to do. But in the interest of being a little more fair to Amex, I'm not going to value it at zero. I'll say maybe I'd pay 10 cents on the dollar in order to get a little bit of credit there to get, I don't know, a gift for somebody or something. So we'll value that again at $10. So that's it really for the monetary credits. Of course, there are other card member benefits as well, but this is it for really the big credit. But then, of course, it wouldn't be fair to compare just the value of these credits without also looking at how many points I might stand to make throughout the year. And again, to make this a more fair comparison against the Chase strategy, where I use a combination of the Chase Freedom and the Chase Freedom Unlimited to take advantage of rotating categories plus 1.5% cash back. Again, check out that video. I've also selected for this strategy, we'll be using the Blue Cash Preferred from American Express in order to generate more points on groceries. This cash pays 6% on up to $6,000 a year in groceries, which sounds great, but I just don't spend that much on groceries, so it's not all that useful to me. But still, given my grocery spend, I could generate $150 in points using the Blue Cash Preferred on groceries. But unfortunately, unlike with the Chase Freedom card, there is an annual fee for the Blue Cash Preferred, and that's $95. So the net on this card is $55. Then for all other spending, which would run through the American Express Platinum, I expect to generate about $80 a year in points, and of course we'll value these points at face value. So we have a subtotal of value to me for just the American Express Platinum, all the credits based on how much I value them and the points that I'd earn using that card, less the annual fee, is a negative $186. That, combined with the net from the Blue Cash Preferred for groceries, where we have $150 in points value, less the $95 annual fee for a net of $55 in positive value, means actually the Amex strategy, in my case, is worth negative $131. So that's a huge delta from the $410 that I'd make using the Chase strategy. And even just not comparing the two strategies at all, it's just a negative expected value for me, and so definitely not something that I want to do. So there you have it. That's why I don't use the American Express strategy myself. Now, I will say that if you're the kind of person that has a much higher annual spend, and if you lived somewhere where you could take advantage of those Uber credits a lot more, maybe you didn't own a car, and you were living somewhere like downtown Manhattan or Chicago, something like that, maybe Boston even, then the strategy might make more sense. Also, if you travel more, the more that you travel and can make use of those Amex lounges, the Centurion lounges, then the better of a deal this becomes as well. But for me, again, the Amex strategy just doesn't suit the frugal, not cheap lifestyle. So I hope you found that helpful in making your decisions. If you liked the video, do please hit the like button and consider subscribing. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.